Neptune was dismissed as a 4 decades, a still frozen orb that was drifting at the edge of the solar system we have. A pale, lifeless blue marble entangled in an infinite, uneventful orbit. But now something has changed. Something we never intended to see. The James Webb Space Telescope has pierced through Neptune's clouded veil, and what it uncovers defies all models we've trusted for generations. And when renowned astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson took this stage at a recent global symposium, he didn't just attend. He shared data. He ignited a shockwave. A shockwave that now threatens to rewrite the very principles of planetology. What if Neptune isn't just a gas giant? What if it's something else entirely? Something that behaves like a living system, radiating energy, denting physics, and hiding structures no one ever imagined could exist inside a planet. In this video, we unravel the cosmic bombshell Tyson dropped, based on Webb's unprecedented observations. And trust me, once you see the patterns that are coming out of Neptune's depths, you'll never look at our solar system once more in the same way. Neptune was never discovered in the traditional sense. It wasn't seen through a telescope before. It was predicted. Instead, it emerged from nothing through math, born from the unexplained wobbles in the orbit of Uranus that suggested a hidden presence. When it was finally observed in 1846, astronomers classified it as the 8th planet, a frigid giant composed of gas and ice spinning far beyond the warmth of the sun. When Voyager 2 flew by in 1989, it gave us brief images of whirling winds and storm systems, more quickly than any on Earth. And Neptune was then given a name and shelved as just another cold anomaly in a quiet corner of the solar system. But beneath the shades of blue and whispering winds, Neptune was hiding something. Something that would not stay buried forever. Now, looking through the eyes of the James Webb Space Telescope and high-powered interferometers on Earth, the hidden structures, energies, and anomalies beneath Neptune's clouds have started to speak. And what they're saying is terrifyingly clear. Neptune doesn't behave like a planet. It behaves like something completely different. Traditionally, we thought we understood the structure of giant planets. Core ice layers, gas envelope, predictable, stable. Neptune should have followed this rulebook. But Webb's infrared data, combined with radio frequency arrays, painted a drastically different picture. Instead of neat layers arranged by temperature and pressure, Neptune's interior is a chaotic mosaic. Some zones behave as liquid plasma. Others pulse with strange heat that shouldn't be there that far from the sun. There are pockets buried deep under the cloud tops that emit thermal energy with no identifiable source, no nearby moons to cause tidal heating, no strong solar radiation, no known justification. This ought not to be happening. And yet, it's happening in Neptune. Even more bizarre is the concept of Neptune being partially hollow, containing resonant cavities or chambers that are stratified within its depths. These zones may trap and reflect waves of electromagnetic gravitation in bizarre ways, almost as if the planet was singing a cosmic note we've never heard before. Tyson didn't speculate lightly. He described a world in constant internal motion, unpredictable, maybe even unstable. A world in which the classic model of planetary behavior doesn't just fail, it collapses. One of the most shocking findings was not just encased inside Neptune, but around it. For years, astronomers knew Neptune's magnetic field was tilted and offset. But now, Webb-based and terrestrial readings have shown that it's also changing immediately. Consider a drifting and broken magnetic field that pulls apart and then reforms in unpredictable cycles. This is not just random chaos. It's a pattern, but a pattern without a known cause. Instead of a convecting metallic core like Earth's, there may be a layer of exotic ices on Neptune, under such a great deal of stress that they generate electricity and magnetism in an entirely different way. Supersonic water, an electrified phase of ice that behaves like a liquid and a solid at the same time, might be flowing through Neptune's insides like a conveyor belt. feeding energy into an extraordinary magnetic engine seen on no other planet. This isn't just bizarre, it's revolutionary, because it means Neptune could be a prototype. A planetary body governed by regulations that don't exist in our current physics. And if Neptune has altered the magnetic rulebook, how many other planets out there might do the same? As if Neptune's internal architecture and magnetic chaos weren't enough. The James Webb Telescope has picked up something additional: baffling radio signals. Not the usual emissions caused by solar-wind interactions, but deeper, darker frequencies. These signals originate from far beneath the planet's atmosphere. And their patterns don't match anything we've seen from natural atmospheric behavior. Some researchers even whisper theories of quantum-level activity within Neptune's core, behaviors that break classical models entirely. Others wonder whether this could be evidence of unidentified material states or interactions between exotic particles that only take place under the crushing pressure and unique chemistry found within this rogue world. Add to that the discovery of more supersonic ice layers, and you realize that Neptune isn't just weird, it's impossible by old standards. It's a planet that might drive its own storms inside, where winds over 1,300 miles per hour aren't caused by sunlight, but by thermal pulses from mysterious materials. A planet whose interior may resemble a failed star locked in an eternal state of dynamic instability. A planet so strange it might not even be a planet at all, underneath the tumult of Neptune's atmosphere. Researchers have started to suspect the existence of materials that, until very recently, had only existed inside laboratory simulations. Materials so alien they defy ordinary classification. Chief among them is superionized ice, a strange phase of matter in which water exists in a liquid state, part solid, part liquid, behaving like an electrified slush. In this state, hydrogen ions become mobile within a frozen oxygen lattice, creating a conductive soup that flows like lightning through molasses. Tyson emphasized this as a possible core mechanism behind Neptune's heat and magnetic disturbances. But the implications go much deeper. These exotic ices, under relentless pressure, might be organizing themselves into vast internal circuits. Dynamic conveyor belts of electric flow that not only stir Neptune's interior, but actively shape its electromagnetic field. In other words, Neptune's engine isn't mechanical, it's chemical, it's fluid. It has a life unlike any other gas giant has ever been described. And the idea that such a substance might exist naturally, thriving in the heart of a world billions of miles from the Sun, allows for a new interpretation of what planetary interiors can be. It means we may have discovered a new class of planetary behavior. One not based on structure, but on interaction, transformation, and enduring vital motion in our textbooks. Planetary weather is always framed in terms of energy input. Sunlight, striking an atmosphere, driving currents and winds. But Neptune refuses to play by these rules. Located nearly 4.5 billion kilometers away, it receives lower than 1/900th the solar energy Earth gets from the Sun. However, it hosts the fastest winds in the entire solar system. Hell, the James Webb Telescope now has sufficient data to back up an outrageous hypothesis: the weather on Neptune may be internally generated. Tyson referred to it as a planet that feeds its own storms, where thermal pulses originating deep within the interior explode upward, creating systems of turbulence, vortexes, and cyclones that expand from their core. These aren't the gentle winds of the Sun. These are superstorms fueled by the shifting entropy of Neptune's mysterious underlayers. Neptune, confirmed, would become the first world known to have a climate system that operates independently of solar energy, as self-sustaining atmospheric machine governed not by light, but by the restless chemical furnace inside. This flips the entire paradigm, because if weather can emerge from within, then planets need not bask in starlight to be active, dynamic, and possibly habitable in ways we've never imagined. The jolt caused by Neptune's redefinition isn't confined to our solar system. Tyson made it abundantly clear. If we misjudged Neptune, then neither are the thousands of similar exoplanets we've already cataloged. Astronomers have recently discovered countless mini-Neptunes and sub-Neptunes revolving around distant stars. These worlds, all of similar size and mass, assumed to share Neptune's composition, have been ranked, modeled, and analyzed for potential habitability using the same flawed framework that just collapsed. If Neptune's heat comes from exotic substances, not radioactive decay, if its magnetic field is shaped by dynamic ice rather than metallic cores, the weather there is caused by internal combustion rather than sunlight, then the numerous Neptunes may be far more active, complex, and alien than we dared to consider. Tyson's words were both thrilling and chilling. Our models may be dangerously simplistic, and the James Webb Telescope, by turning its gaze on Neptune, may have inadvertently rewritten the rules by which we judge the universe. Thousands of worlds are now back on the table for reanalysis, and some of them may be stranger and more alive than we're prepared to accept. In his closing statements, Tyson floated a possibility that left the scientific world stunned in silence. What if Neptune isn't just a strange planet, but something else altogether? With its ability to produce internal heat, keep exotic matter, and produce magnetic and radio anomalies, Neptune may occupy a space between classifications, a gray zone between planet and failed star. It doesn't have the mass for nuclear fusion. It's the hallmark of stars, but its dynamism, variations in temperature, and structural chaos suggest processes more energetic than planetary thermodynamics should allow. Now, some theorists mutter the phrase, transitional object. It's a place for celestial bodies that sit at the cutting edge of stellar evolution and planetary physics. Tyson even hinted that Neptune might represent a cosmic relic, a body from an earlier era of the solar system, a fragment of a process we no longer witness. Perhaps it is the fossilized echo of a protostar that never ignited, or the remains of a wandering planet captured and reshaped by our sun's gravitational field. Whatever it is, Neptune is forcing astronomers to tear up the old categories and embrace a terrifying truth. Not everything in the cosmos can be labeled, boxed, or understood in neat models. Some things, like Neptune, exist to remind us how little we truly know. Neptune was once a distant memory, a cold sphere that barely registered in our shared curiosity. However, now, with the information provided by the James Webb Telescope and the wisdom of Neil deGrasse Tyson, it stands as a monolith, a warning that beneath the surface of what we think we understand lie entire realities. Neptune defies classification. It shatters the symmetry of known planetary behavior. Its internal chaos, exotic chemistry, and erratic magnetism paint the picture not of a failed world, but of a world in defiance, a celestial rebel that does not conform to the equations we once believed were shared by all. If Neptune is a dynamic, self-sustaining world, perhaps something between a planet and a star, then what else is out there avoiding public view? How many Neptunes have we overlooked, judged by rules that never applied to them in the first place? This isn't just about one planet. This is about our brittle scientific arrogance, the courage of a single discovery to discard centuries of knowledge. The James Webb Telescope not only observed Neptune, but listened to its hum, decoded its pulse, and, in doing so, exposed a truth that should shake us all. The universe is far stranger, far louder, and far more alive than we ever dared to believe. So, if you thought you knew Neptune, reconsider. It's your turn now. What do you think Neptune really is? It's a failed star, a planet's mystery, or something else we don't even have words for yet? Let us know in the comments if this discovery blew your mind. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, for more videos that challenge everything you thought you knew. And don't forget to tell someone who still thinks the solar system is only 9 dull planets. Because Neptune has spoken, and it's not done yet.